This is a 2018 Volkswagen Passat, but it's not just a Passat because this one is wearing lipstick. The red accents around the grille come with a GT badge, which means this baby has a VR6 engine and a sport-tuned suspension. And to complete the sporty looks, it has a tiny rear spoiler and red painted calipers, just to save you the effort. The body in this edition sits lower than normal, and I have to say, the car looks really clean. Well, I did just wash it, but you know what I mean. Inside it's very nice. The controls are all laid out in a logical order. Fit and finish is good, but the materials used are a bit meh. But at least it's really roomy. The front seats look nice and they're very supportive, but the rear seats are truly limo class. Headroom and legroom are spectacular, so if rear space matters to you, maybe you should start by looking at this car. The trunk is also really huge. On paper, it's 450 liters, which is not bad, but in reality, it looks much bigger. That's what she said. As I mentioned earlier, this GT model comes with a VR6 under the hood, and that 3.6-liter unit sounds really good. It makes 280 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque when you run it on premium gas, but thankfully you can also run it on regular. On average, I've been using about 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not bad, especially for something that pulls this well, and the exhaust note, it sounds really good. I mean, this car it sounds good. And performance is good too. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour comes in just over 7 seconds. And the cool thing is that instead of the regular Tiptronic automatic transmission, you get the 6-speed DSG in this one, which is really quick. I must say, however, that I do really miss a sport button or a sport mode, mainly because the steering is way too light. I mean, it's disgustingly light. So it would be really beneficial to have a way to stiffen up, to give some weight to the steering. And it's funny there are no selectable driving modes because they did port all the rest of the technology, like the app-connected infotainment system and stuff. You can only put the DSG in sport or manual mode, but that's it. The suspension is firmer but not that hard. It is comfortable over bumps, and on the highway, the driving experience is really smooth. In the turns, there is noticeable body roll, and the front end kind of struggles to find traction under a full load, but it's all very manageable. It doesn't feel like it's all over the place or falling apart dynamically. It's not as sporty as they advertise it, but you know what? It's very nice because it remains comfortable. If it was more hardcore, then I don't know, it would probably not really match the characteristic of a Passat. So if you're expecting something like a GTI Passat, it's not happening. This GT model is only going to be available for 2018, as for 2019, an all-new Passat is coming. The GT model starts at 33,795 Canadian dollars, and that makes it just a bit cheaper than the XSE V6 Camry, which is the most obvious competitor, with comfort and roominess being the key selling points. But with a splash of excitement added to that, the 2018 Passat GT walks away with an overall score of 7.9 out of 10.